Today we're going to build this 94-inch entertainment console. Total cost of this project, $85. I started off by grabbing 4 pieces, clamping them together so I could bring them to the saw to cut consistent pieces. As you can see, the wood is slightly warped. Later on, I'm going to use supports to tie everything tightly together. I then moved on to cutting the depth of the table. I started off with 2 pieces, then used one as a template to cut another 2. Then I started the process of making half-lap joints. After repeating the process 8 times and inhaling a pound full of dust, I convinced myself I didn't need the extra strength. This resulted in creating a half-assed half-lap joint. Don't know what else to call it. At this point, I figured my lungs weren't hurt enough, so I decided to paint some of the parts. While I let that dry, I took a trip to my local home center to pick up some furring strips for the console top and the console bottom. As you can see, the selection wasn't that great, but I took my time and found wood that would work. After some trial and error, I started to assemble the tabletop and the table bottom. I made sure the tabletop would be less warped than the table bottom. Then I made sure everything was square, then screwed everything down. Now I knew I wanted a support shaped like an X, but I wasn't sure on how to do that. So I started off by cutting 2 parallel 45-degree angles. I found the center of the X I made. I used the speed square to create a line and then transfer it down the side. Then use the speed square to transfer a 45-degree angle and drill into the center of that line. Repeated the process on the second one and then attached the 2 pieces together. I use this as a reference point to rotate the pieces, then grab the speed square and made sure we had perfect right angles before I marked it. Then I moved over to the miter saw and I created another half-assed half-lap joint. I did this intentionally because I was concerned about the structural integrity. I reattached everything, being careful to go into the holes I already drilled. Shocked at how good this looked, I put it in place. Clearly, you could see by now that the X is too large. And I spent a lot of time doing this NASA level math to get to this point. Then I spent another 20 minutes walking around in circles, wondering where I went wrong in life. Agitated, I decided to wing it. I went to the miter saw, set up a stop block, and removed 1 inch from all sides. Grateful that I was over rather than under, I decided in that moment never to do math. My fellow builders out there will understand when I say, I am so happy that that worked. To permanently attach the X-style support to the table, I started off by removing the half-assed half-lap joint. Use the clamps to align the supports. Pre-drilled, and then use screws to hold everything in place. I repeated the process for all the parts and reassembled. Now I'm putting some downward force on the pieces because they're slightly warped. In addition to that, the screws that I'm using have a smooth shank that helps draw the joints together. They're made by Craig. I took a moment to make sure everything was square, and then repeated the process for the bottom parts. This entertainment console wasn't going to hold up too much weight, but I was concerned about structure, so I built 2 additional supports in the middle. Every cut up to now was 45 degrees or 90. I decided to go with 15. Once I got one piece working right, I used that as a template to make 4 more. I used a spacer and attached the supports just like I attached everything else. Pre-drill and then drilled screws in, and I repeated the process times 4. Because the entertainment console was going in my basement, I added some casters so it'd be mobile. The additional supports went a long way. When I sat on it, it did not budge. At this point, I had a blank canvas, and I was debating between 90 degree, 22.5, or 45 degree angle cuts. In line with the X style theme, I decided to go with 45 degree angles. Given my earlier experience with making an X, I decided to keep it simple and cheat my way into making an X. By cheating, I needed to create a support for it to rest on. I was quickly able to find a scrap piece of wood that was pre-painted and use the pocket hole system to get that in place. This being the center of the table, I took extra care to make sure everything was perfectly angled and perfectly centered. Now that we had a design, we had to fill in the rest of the table. Because of the relative symmetry of the table, I was able to cut in pairs and then eventually quads. To make my life easier, I measured everything in place. Now, thinking of the purpose of this table, I was debating on if I should make everything nice and tight or adding some space in between. I went with some space. Hopefully I don't regret it. Because we went with the design, I needed to create a support that went down the length of the table. I used the pocket hole system and made quick work of it. At this point, I knew what I was doing, so I cut everything in quads and measured in place for any fine adjustments and installed accordingly. As you can see, I got a little bit more comfortable and creative as I kept going. In order to switch it up, I moved to the bottom and decided to go with 15 degree angles instead of 45. By measuring everything in place, the process went a lot quicker. At a certain point, some of the slats were running into the lateral supports, so I had to notch them in place using a chisel. Moving on to the center. Finally, the ends. When you're designing on the fly, it requires some trial and error. Eventually, I got something that would work. As you can see, half the slats were resting on nothing, so I had to go back and flip the table over and install some supports. At this point, I brought the table outside, nailed everything down, and sanded all surfaces. At this point, this is the first piece of furniture going into my basement. I decided to leave it unfinished until I could figure out what I'm going to do with the entire room. What that means is more builds. Please subscribe if you want to see more good stuff. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and if you have any suggestions for future builds, leave them in the comments below. I'm the level 1 builder and I'll see you around.